Yeah guys, the next job is to try and get this armrest that I've got onto this chair. But I need to cut this off here, put it on top of there. So I need to get that alignment so this armrest stays flat. So I've assembled the chair and got it sort of mocked up where it needs to be. So it should be quite good. The other thing I want to check is the actual, I've got this bit of cable from a bike shop, and it's to do with the actual release to make the chair go up and down, because the original pedal one on the side there wouldn't work. So I've got a little lever coming here, so I've just got to make sure that there's enough length on this cable to get to an arm I'm going to put on here. So that's looking really good. So it should work out just fine. Might need to do a mod as we do to tidy it up a bit, but perfect. So I think the idea here is to try and get a level through here. So I think that looks kind of pretty close. It's not going to interfere with that too much. I'm going to put a black mark on it for now, because I'm going to have to go straight across here as well, like across there and across there. But I think what I'll do with that would be to actually do both sides and have a jig to hold these bits here flat, and then I'll just tack them on, because it has to be straight up and down on there, so that's on an angle like that. So I will mark it with a hacksaw just to, so it's a bit more permanent, because I don't want to have to take this off again, which is a bit of a pain. One mark, just one mark. Yeah, and I think height-wise should not be too bad either. Hopefully it'll be. I think yeah, cut it through there, weld on top of there, finish that off. Be good as gold. Well, near enough anyway. Near enough for this cowboy. Right, move on and take this off here and see how we go. As per, my bench always ends up in a mess when I'm working on things, but never mind. I'll get around to tidying up one day, I guess. It's always another day to do that. Alright, let's have a bit of a tidy up anyway, see if we can have a fighting chance of this working out alright. Yeah, so I need to get a straight line across here, don't I? So, where's my trusty long piece of something to hold that on? Yeah, if you look on there, looks like that's broken on the weld anyway. There's the weld's broken. So that's alright. So I'm gonna have to try and work out this whole angle of the dangle through there, aren't I? Really? So maybe if I shove it in the vise to hold it, might work better. Might have a fighting chance of. Yeah, might have to do a bit of adjustment to try and see if I get this. Might end up being, because of these holes here, might have to come up a bit higher on there, because this is the whole angle here. It's going to upset my whole thing, isn't it? So, drama, more drama. That's going to end up through my bolt there. So it must come up here like 5mm, which is not ideal. I have to do the old adapt and overcome thing. The other way to do it is just to cut these and just weld it on the outside instead of going across the top. and just weld on the outside here. At least then I don't have to, I can leave this, I can actually not cut this at all, and I can just line it up on there. So that would also would work, wouldn't it? The bolt screws in from that side. And what I could see, there's plenty of room. So what I've decided to do, I'll take these off here for starters, and then we can deal with the plates, because I definitely need to cut them down. So it's just really going to figure out where I do that. But I think if we take this off, and then we can see how it fits. And I might just have to just cut it off anyway and call her done. Yeah. So in theory I could just roll it here, and then that'll just slip onto there. So I could cut it to fit onto there, up high, and that way there's no one's. So what I'm thinking now, maybe I could just roll it down here lower and just leave that alone, don't even touch that. I'll weld these bolts in here properly, because obviously it's not worked out very well there. Now if I weld this plate here until it like that, then this here probably work out better in some ways. I would think, you know, it's sort of, that would cover that, and that would slip in there better. Bring them in a bit closer, drop these down a little bit higher so it can be a bit more adjustment. And I just got to, oh, trouble that middle, weld that onto there, which might be better. Got a bit of a denty thing there to play with, so I think I'll do that. Might be less intrusive, because I can screw these in alright, that's no problem. So yeah, I think I'll do that, and that'll just end up being that kind of look, which I can live with. Alright, I think we've figured it out. It's always more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. So I think that's our path forward. And I've got the, now I can figure out my angle is 10 mil, so that would be okay. I can get these straight, and then I can just put a jig to go across and clamp them on and weld it, and that should all get it square that way. So should be, shoulda, coulda, woulda, should be fine. So we kind of, I think we're going to end up cutting it through here somewhere, aren't we? Like that. Some point, as we know, we've got to commit, don't we? So, okay, right, we'll do it. We'll do it that way. Good to go. Okay, so I'm just going to score across here. The old screwdriver, as you do. That's what I've got. There's something to cut to. Good scratch. So what I'm thinking about doing, I could probably cut down here. So if I go the width of this box section, I'll go through here. And that way, give me a bit more, I don't know, things to weld to possibly, and because I can. So we said box section is. Do you want to go for a walk?
I need your advice.
Yep.
Geez, thanks, Gary. I got the nod. You know, what about? Oh, that looks nice from Shell.
Hang on.
Oh, that's.
Let me look. That looks really nice. I like the other one too, but it'll be on video, so that's all cool. No, just kidding. Right, I've grinded it off as much as I can. Right. So that's how it's going to fit down here somewhere like that. I'll probably cut that on an angle because I can. Yep. I mean, I think we'll go with that, won't we? I can probably put this up on it so it's like that. I think I'll probably cut right across here actually, across there on an angle. Because that puts the armrest a little bit further forward, which I think will work as well. So I think that'll be much better. So we mark that and score across there, maybe leave a bit there, maybe not quite take all that off. Something like that, and that way we've got a little bit of meat to weld on there. It'll take the edge off there and blend it all in nicely. And I can just put a cover on that. Call it whatever you want. Call it rough and ready, and not quite a new level of roughness, but I think it'll be just fine. Time to give it a bit of a file around here. BeHappyDays.com. So change our blade out, I think. What do you reckon? Beautiful job, beautiful. That way we can angle this as much as we need to get it flat. And clamp a bit of stuff along there to get it all square. Tack it, so that'll actually work out better. Better. Born beater. No, I haven't lost all my screws here already. It's always something. I'm going to put these in here so I don't lose them. Would be a good idea. Since I got a nice tidy desk to keep things orderly. So I'll take this one here out. Now, trap for young players. You've got to remember that's that side and that's this side. So that's got to be like that, doesn't it? We would make it the same, which would be nice to make it the same. So in theory, should be all good. Way, so to go that way. These bits to the bottom. Crap, I'll just make them both the same. Did too. Just trying to avoid that, wasn't I? Dude! Damn it. See? Even though I thought I had it right. Not to worry. We can make that work. Gary. Trap for young players. Never to mind. It'll be alright in the wash. Adapt and overcome. Yeah, so that was a bit of a, anyway, you know what they are. bit of a not quite good. But I'll just grind this flat. Adapt and overcome, man. Better grind the one flat. I need to grind flat too, would be quite good. That one. You guys were screaming at me, eh? You got it around the wrong way. You were right. Anyway. It's not straightforward, folks, that's for sure. Anyway, I'll carry on. I'll finish welding this up and we'll get back and see how we ended up, because she's a bit of a mission, I gotta say. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Rome wasn't built in a day. But I think straightness wise we must be fairly kind of decent, I would think. Just gotta get my angle that way right. So I'll do one, weld it up, and then use it as a reference, make sure the other one's right. It's got to be, we know it's got to be 10 mil difference height wise, so I'll just measure it and see how we go. That's all I can do really. Well, that turned out to be a real mission, but a bit of grinding, a bit of paint, and she's kind of reasonable, I think. Just might take that as a pretty near enough to a win. So if we put these armrests on, bueno, can run the right way. Hopefully we should be good. So that's the lock. I wouldn't call it exact by any means, but then we'll call that a win. Right guys, moment of truth. So yesterday we welded on these armrests here, so I'm hopeful it's all in the right place. So we'll see how that goes. See what my working out was close. So we'll see if we can get the, might take these off for now. Tight. Well, I think that's looks pretty good. The armrests are on. Looks like it'll be okay. Oh, golly. It hasn't got any lighter, that's for sure. So what we'll do next is put the post here in, and then we could probably put the base on and see what she goes like. Yeah. And here's the post. So that can go into there like that once it's in to do the up and down bit. So I think if we put that in about there, I don't want to put it in too early because I wanted to make sure that it was facing the right way. So I'll put the lever on this side actually. So it should go around that way. So I think once it's on, it's hard to get off. You know, tear things apart. Hey, look, as long as you've got no leftover parts, you're all good, aren't you? So let's commit. Put our base on. It's looking pretty good. Put the clip on the bottom here. Right, moment of truth. Let's see. Right, here's the big moment. Couple of weeks worth of work. Let's see if this is going to work. Let's see. Cool. It actually doesn't look too bad, does it? What I might try and do is see if I can drop it down a bit. Make me... Huh, what do you reckon, guys? I think that's a win. What does this do? Yeah, let's get my up and down bit sorted, but that's all doable. I've got a lever coming, it'll be on this side here, and I'll change this one here to be on that side. So, leave a comment, what do you reckon? Custom chair. I quite like that now. It's well good. I think I'm going to leave it with the covers off the back. I don't think I need to put all those covers back on. So hi guys, I think we're going to leave it there. We're going to move on to I think the next job will be to laser up the armrest and get that nailed down. But I did try and do some 80 kilos and a bit load testing later on, and it didn't quite go as planned. So you may need to watch the next video and see what happened there. So I'll catch you in the next video. These things always take longer than what we think. We'll see how we get on. Thanks.